Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh and welcome to Season 2 of All the Mods 9, which I'm going to call All the Mods 9 Reloaded, because I like The Matrix, and The Matrix second film was called The Matrix Reloaded. So anyway, we're going to jump into this, although if we go to the multiplayer, we've actually got two servers which we can jump on right now. They both just rebooted, so there's no one online, but this one here is not actually released to anybody yet. I will be releasing this at some point today, but I wanted to hop on real quick. And what we'll do is we'll hop on and I'll explain a few of my plans to begin with. And here we are. So, this is, this might be familiar to a lot of people right here. But yeah, I rebuilt this sort of dome thing. If we pop outside, you can get a better look of it. But yeah, I rebuilt the dome. I thought it'd be funny to have this as spawn, so I put this down. I actually did all of this myself. I was quite proud of myself. This didn't take me too long either. I think my building skills are getting a little better. Again, I did use a builder for this. But yeah, we've got, this is the little spawn area. So we've got like, wait, let's have a look over here. Rules for starting with. So teaming. Teaming is allowed and encouraged. As I said, I want to focus this season on like actually working as a team with people. So I'm going to get JM3, Sativa, wait, actually, here we go. Mr. T, Bagsy, JM3 and Sativa to be in my team, and we're all going to have like one shared base. I did claim the entirety of spawn. That way no one can build in spawn, because spawn is always loaded. So if you're going to do some lag machines, you don't want to have them in spawn, because that way they'll always be loaded and it will always like affect the server. So yeah, we've claimed spawn. We've got all of these wild teleports right here. So if you step on the pressure plate, you'll be, what do they call it? RTP? Random teleported within a certain amount. I've already stepped on it a couple of times, so it took me over there. That's one I was testing, to be fair, but I think that was all of them. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look at the rules. So, no griefing, no duping, no exploits. No, not safe for work, because, you know, this is Minecraft. It's not supposed to be not safe for work. So, we've got an AFK timer. So, every 15 minutes, if you haven't done anything, if you just stood here like this for an entire 15 minutes, then you'll just get logged out. That would just stop people from, you know, loading their base for an entire day just by sitting there. So, yeah, it's kind of for, well, where is it? This one over here, server stability. So that kind of helps right there. No spamming, because otherwise, I don't know why I didn't put that one with, like, not safe for work and stuff, but anyway. We've got a rule, no nukes, although we have nerfed nukes. So I'll come over to these in a minute, but no nukes means you don't just like destroy the landscape if you can help it, right? No politics, because, you know, we're not here to talk about that. And then the last one, which is the most important, is just to respect each other. I think this one needs to be definitely needs to be like adhered to at all times. Anyway, I try and do that all through life. So yeah, anyway, let's go over the server stability stuff that we've put in place. So we've always done this ever since like the ATM 8 server, the first server we set up. We've had to do a few things, like we've nerfed a couple of items, because if we don't nerf them and people spam them throughout their base, it royally screws up the server stability, meaning it ruins it for everyone, right? So that is the pipe upgrades. So just a little background on pipes and refined storage as well, and like a few other bits. I'll give you an example, like a comparison between applied energistics and refined storage. So what happens there is applied energistics, when you put acceleration cards in like an importer or an exporter, what the acceleration cards do is it just moves more per operation. So let's say you put 4 acceleration cards in an exporter, and you're exporting, I don't know, logs into a GregTech machine, for example. What it will do is the exporter, every, I don't know, like second, so it's every 1 second, it will export like 500 items instead of like 4 items. Whereas what pipe upgrades and refined storage do is when you put upgrades in them, so like the what do you call it, the netherite upgrade for the pipe, for example. When you put upgrades in a pipe, it will do more operations. So it will do, I don't know, 64 items, but every tick instead of there's 20 ticks in a second, by the way. And if you don't have any upgrades, it will do like 1 item every half a second, for example, so every 10 ticks. So what the upgrades do is they reduce the amount of ticks, meaning that it uses more ticks per like operation, if you know what I mean. So it's really hard to explain, but basically we had to nerf pipe upgrades. We didn't nerf refined storage because if we do that, then people like aren't going to be able to use the thing that they're really used to using, which is refined storage. We also had to nerf the builder and the chunk destroyer because they do like a ridiculous amount of operations per second, especially if you like charge up the builder. And obviously we've nerfed nukes, so if you do explode a nuke, it will just be like poof, and it won't do anything. So, oh yeah, we actually put the I forgot about that. So we could almost take off the no nukes thing because you can have nukes now; they just don't do much. Huh, interesting. We've had to ban a couple of items, and we've got a couple of bounties on a few of these items, right? So, wow, 1 item, which is mine colonies stuff. So there are going to be some dead mine colonies out there. We couldn't figure out how to turn them off on the server. I mean, we should probably go and have another look at that. But basically, we're not going to allow mine colonies on the server because each of the like settlements, all of the people in the settlements, they each take up some server lag. So again, this is for server stability. We're not going to allow people to do mine colonies, which sucks because I love mine colonies. If you've ever watched my All the Mods 800 episodes of my my Let's Play series, then you'll know that I absolutely love mine colonies. And yeah, it's a bit sad that you can't play it on a server, but eventually, I think what we're going to do is have a mine colony server at some point. We need to find a good like middle ground for mine colony stuff, but yeah. Right now, if you find a dead mine colony, you can mine up the what do you call it? The town hall block, and if you give it to one of us admins, you get something. So I'm not sure what we're going to give out yet, but yeah, there's like a little bounty on mine colony stuff. Spatial pylons, we're not going to allow those either because there's some weird like chunk rules with spatial pylons, so we're not going to allow that. And the matter cannon, we've made it so you can't make one of those. That is purely because you can shoot the matter cannon into somebody else's like claims, or if you're in someone's claims, you can shoot the matter cannon and destroy their stuff. So the matter cannon actually bypasses like the chunk claim stuff. So you could actually shoot it in spawn, for example, and it would destroy blocks, which is not great. I don't know why I think I should report that to the AE team, but I haven't done that yet. So we're just going to put it on the banned items for now. I think that's everything that we've banned. What else have we got? So, oh yeah, over here. So we've got some starting items. We were talking about this in ATM 9, like my original series that I did, and yeah, we've got this. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Loot R is amazing. You can actually set up a Loot R chest, so everybody can open this chest once. And you get a flawless budding Certus Quartz crystal. You get some Skystone. You get some Inscribers. And this is basically like a starter kit for Applied Energistics. So, yeah, I thought this was a cool idea. You could just right click and you can grab it out of there. Top tip, don't break the flawless once you place it down. Yeah, that's a really good top tip, I think, because if you break this, it would just turn into quartz, like Certus Quartz, and yeah, it's not great. If you place this down, it will grow Certus Quartz on it, like a amethyst. So we'll probably start off with a bit of AE. We'll just slap this down, and we'll get a couple of Certus Quartz. I think that's one of the first things we'll do, is we'll try and get ourselves a storage system up and running. And I am going to go with Applied Energistics this season, I believe. Before I talk about this even more, here's all of the badmins. So we've got me, I'm right in the middle there. There's my head right there. It has been pointed out that I don't have a beard on my character model. So, yeah, one of those. Yeah, I don't have a beard on here, even though I do in real life have a beard. So I am looking for, if someone wants to, like, either give me a beard or do a new skin for me, that'd be amazing. But yeah, that's me. We've got Mr. T. You might know him from the previous season. His base was insane. Applied Energistics, like I've kind of put the blocks that people are known for underneath them. So Applied Energistics, Mr. T, they go hand in hand. He's absolutely awesome with Applied Energistics. Sativa Lord is also really good with Applied Energistics. So between the two of them, they both taught me how to do like P2P and things like that. So really good people to talk to. They are on the Discord, so there will be a link to the Discord in the description. So if you do want to talk to people about Applied Energistics, then I'm sure they'll be happy to help. Sativa is known for building lots of stuff with purple, like even his skin's got a bit of purple in it. So I put that purple block. I might try and get Sativa to build some stuff for me for our base, because we're all going to team, by the way, the badmins. We've got Josh over here, or Bagsy. So Bagsy's really good with create. So's JM3, but JM3's got copper anvil right there because he built a massive copper pyramid and he nicked a load of copper off of everybody. Well, I didn't nick it, he borrowed it off everyone so he could build a massive copper pyramid on the first one. So that's what he's known for now, is the copper. I also filled his base with copper anvils just because I thought it was funny. And he's kind of a prankster, so watch out for a bit of JM3 during this series. And obviously I've got modular routers in there because I love a bit of modular routers. And before you ask, these ATM star blocks that you see right here with the animation and everything, they're actually modular routers, so you can't nick these out of spawn somehow. So I probably shouldn't be saying this, but someone actually managed to do that on All the Mods 8. They nicked a it was an ATM star block out of spawn. They actually nicked 2 of them, I believe, and then they made the B, and then they like generated loads of ATM stars, and then they put them back, which is, to be fair, like that is pretty awesome that they did that on the All the Mods 8 server, and nobody noticed. We were actually like, how the heck has he got the ATM star so quickly? Like, I think a few other people had already got ATM stars, but no one noticed that he'd nicked them from spawn. So, as a precaution, these are actually modular routers with camouflage upgrades in them, which is funny. Anyway, that's quite a lot of talking about the server itself. We should probably like hop in to the actual gameplay. But before we do, I want to just go over what I think we should start with. So there's a few like phases in All the Mods 9, in my opinion. What I'll do is I'll run around the back of one of these, and then we can use this as like a backdrop for There we go. So, phase 1. Phase 1 is going to be all about resource generation and transportation, funny enough. So, I would say transportation is more important to begin with, because to get resources, you have to go quite far out for a lot of resources, right? So, if you're looking to build with granite, you need to go find some granite. If you're looking to, I don't know, start with Greg Tech, then you'll need to go get a load of Greg Tech ores and stuff like that. So, transportation, in my opinion, will be the first hurdle. I think I know what I'm going to do for transportation. I bet a few of you can guess as well, especially as we have mechanism in the pack now. So, yeah, we're going to probably start with that. Phase 2, once we've got transportation, I'm going to say transportation is phase 1. Phase 2 will be resource generation. So by that I mean mystical agriculture, or bees, or other things. I think I might not go for as many bees as I did in my original series, but who knows? There's a bunch of ways to skin that cat, right? Get as much stuff as we can. So I might do some more mystical. I might do more bees. I'll tell you what, I'll leave it up to you guys. If you comment bees or mystical, whichever one you want to see more of. In my opinion, bees are more fun because everyone does mystical. Everybody and their mums has done mystical in the past, so everyone knows how to do mystical. Whereas bees is a bit more niche. Not a lot of people want to invest the time, even though I think it's well worth it. So obviously my preference would be bees, because I like playing with bees instead of plants, but it's up to you guys. I'm going to put it out there. If you want to see both, then put both. If you want to see one or the other, then put that in the comments as well. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 will be the All the Mods star. So there's a lot of stuff, lots and lots of stuff that you have to get done with the ATM star. In fact, they've changed the recipe recently to include immersive engineering and Britannia, which is fine by me because I love both of those mods. In fact, I love all of the mods that are in here, which is amazing because it's all the mods, right? And then phase 4 will be the Greg star. So the Greg star will involve quite a lot of Greg, but luckily we have got kind of a Greg Tech expert in Mr. T. Mr. T has played a lot of Greg Tech New Horizons, and in fact, most of the late game, really late game multi-blocks were actually built by Mr. T, which is insane to think about. So I'll throw up a couple of images on screen right now of all of the stuff that Mr. T has built for the Greg Tech team, and all those multi-blocks right there are actually done by Mr. T. It's insane. And then what phase am I on now? Phase 4. So phase 5 is going to be the Pilp coin. So this is going to be specific to this server. So if you do want to join this server, by the way, you can get that on the Patreon. I'll go over how to join the server at the end of the episode. But yeah, the Pilp coin is going to be the ultimate thing on this server. Obviously, the ultimate thing on a regular server would be the Greg Star, but we've got our own custom recipe inbuilt into the pack, into the server, and that is the Pilp coin, and it's kind of like the ATM star or the Greg Star, except it's more using stuff that we really like to use on this channel, right? And yeah, we're gonna have that all custom made and put in. It's gonna be so cool. But yeah, they're the 5 phases that we're gonna go through. So if there's anything you think I've missed, then please let me know. There's going to be a few things that I do miss on purpose. So we don't need to go to the Aether for the ATM star, and we don't need to do a bunch of stuff. We're going to be focused specifically on the ATM star to begin with when it comes to phase 3. After phase 3 and we get into phase 4, we're going to literally focus on GregTech. And it's going to be a little confusing because GregTech's just confusing, right? But it's going to be a little bit of a mind bender. But hopefully by that point, we might have quite a lot of GregTech stuff already set up, because I know Mr. T might be like rushing some GregTech. So whilst we're working on the ATM star, we might already have a load of GregTech stuff set up. Oh, wow, that was a lot of planning right there. I quite like doing planning. Planning is like something I do like regularly. You should see the amount of lists I've got. I've got like a to-do list. I've got like a Jira board. I've got a Notion board. I've got like everything all over the place. Got notepads just open with loads of stuff in it. Anyway, so the last thing left to do is to say how to get access to the server, I guess. So to get access to this server, you do need to join the Patreon. So I do my Patreon slightly different to like everyone else, because I sort of provide a service with my Patreon, and the service is the Pilpoh server project. So if you do want to get access to this server, the ATM9, brand spanking new, where everyone can play, and it's weird how we do it. So depending on how much you like contribute, it depends how much space you're allowed on the server, or you're allowed to claim on the server. You can literally build wherever you want. You can even build outside of your own claims and stuff, right? But if you want to have like an enormous base, you can do that by contributing more, obviously. But yeah, if you pop to the Patreon, I'll put the link for that in the description. Then you can get access to this server and all of the other servers that we provide through the Pilpoh server project, right? So we've got 2 All the Mods 9 servers right now. We might have to retire the old All the Mods 9 server at some point, but we're going to leave it up for a while so you can get access to that one as well if you want to go like check out some builds or see how a few bits are running. I've got like a few examples of mechanism machines on there, which a few people have come over and, you know, try to work out how I've done my mechanism machines, because I try to do them quite compact. We've got a Gravitas 2 server, so that's a brand spanking new mod pack that's just come out as I'm recording this video. We've got a Create Arcane server, we've got an Aeropolis server, we've got a vanilla hardcore server, which is a bit different from regular hardcores because you actually get more lives as you like progress. It's a bit odd. We're thinking about changing that up and just making it flat vanilla. You can get access to this and all of the other ones with the cheapest version of the Patreon. So as I said, go and have a look at the Patreon, and yeah, I think that's everything. Everything other than, well, we've also got a Discord. I don't often say this either, and in fact, this is probably the only time you'll hear me say this, because in the 2.5 years that I've been doing YouTube, I've only said this once, but I could do with a subscribe and all of that stuff. What do they say? They say like hit subscribe and then the bell. It's weird. I never say it because I always hate when people say it in their videos, right? It just takes up time in a video that's already like quite short. But you'll notice with my videos, they do go quite long. I explain stuff as I go, and if the explanation takes like an extra 10 minutes to explain, then I'll just leave that 10 minutes in. I try not to edit out any of my mistakes either. So yeah, hopefully this is the kind of series that everyone's looking for. Hopefully you enjoyed the planning. But with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.